The goal of this test is to locate paid invoices with either missing purchase order numbers or numbers not on the purchase order list. We will again create an unmatched query and a summary query to relate the invoices paid table to the purchase order table, identifying invoices with invalid purchase orders. After reviewing the results of the unmatched query, we will summarize the invoice amounts for invoice records in question. In Access, we will start again in the Query window and select New to begin a new query. From the New Query selection, we will choose to use the wizard to help us find unmatched purchase order numbers. In the first Query Wizard box, we will select the table that we want to use to locate records. We will choose the Invoices Paid table from the list of tables displayed. In the next dialog box, we will select the Purchase Order table to check for valid purchase order numbers for the Invoice table. In the next Wizard dialog box, we are asked to select the fields that relate to each other in these two tables. We will select the PO number field in both tables. We can decide how many fields we want to view in our record results table. We will select a few fields to display by double-clicking on these fields. We will want to include the PO number field, the field in question. We will rename the query Invoices Paid Without Matching PO. We are finished. The results are displayed. We see that there are numerous records that don't have a PO number. As we scroll down the list, we come across some PO numbers. Let's sort the PO number column in descending order so that the PO codes appear at the top of our list and the blanks are at the bottom of the list. We can now more easily view the unmatched PO numbers. At this point, you might want to investigate further why so many paid invoice records have been entered without PO numbers, and why there are a few PO numbers that aren't listed in our purchase order table. Let's continue with our tests and sum the invoice amounts by vendor for each record with an unmatched PO number or missing PO number. To do this, we will run a summary query on the query that we just designed. The Simple Query Wizard will help us design the summary query. In the Query window again, select New and the Simple Query Wizard. The last object we created may be displayed as the object to use for the second query. If it isn't, we can select the query we need from the pull-down list of objects. For field choices, we will select only the vendor number field and the invoice amount field. We know that the records in the selected query object will be a subset of records that don't have valid PO numbers. In the next dialog box, we will select the option to view summary records. We had seen all detailed records in our previous query, and this time we want to sum the invoice amounts. The wizard can help us with the calculation by selecting the Summary Options button and choosing to sum the invoice amount field. We will also check the Count box to tell the wizard to count for us the number of records for each vendor group without matching PO. In the next box, we will retype the query name, Summary of Invoices Paid Without Matching PO Query. When we click the Finish button, Access displays the summed records. We may want to sort these records in descending order amount to view the vendors who have the largest total for invoice amounts. Or we may want to see which vendors have the largest number of records with unmatched PO numbers.